Good evening, everybody. We're going to do a recovery session tonight. It'll be about 10-15 minutes, just depends how long we take in each section. It's a really nice session today, which I've split into 3 parts. We're going to have a stretching session to start with. We're then going to move into some movement-based things, and then we've just got a nice chill-out phase right at the very end. So follow along, join in, just take your time. If anything feels like it's particularly working for you, just stay with that exercise for a little bit longer. Anything's painful or uncomfortable, just skip over it, okay? So, we're going to start with a nice seated hamstring stretch. Nothing crazy, just sitting up as tall as you can, leaning in to the stretch. You're just going to take a time and we're just going to relax. Take some nice deep breaths and just enjoy taking some time to look after our bodies a little bit. Often with training it can be go, go, go. We're looking to go further, faster, more weight, more rounds, more reps, and sometimes it's nice just to take a minute and see how we're feeling. So we're just going to slowly work the feet out a little bit wider. And then a little bit wider still. And just slowly feel everything stretching out. If you want to, you can reach over to one side and just pull yourself into the stretch a little bit more. And then come over and do the same on the other side. So I'm just going to hang out here a little bit. Just chilling out, feeling everything loosen off. Hope you had a good weekend. Managed to get some chill time. And hopefully the day felt a little bit different to a weekday, because with everything going on at the moment, each day can end up feeling a bit like every other. Okay, then we're going to move into a seated groin stretch. So bringing your feet close together. If you want to make this stretch more comfortable, you can sit on a couple of cushions. You're just going to pull the feet in and just try and lift the chest. And then just slowly push those knees down to the floor. And feel that stretch on the inside of your legs, all up this side. Just keep lifting the chest. Just pushing everything down. Last week of the program's coming up, or if you're watching this on replay, you might already be in your final week of the April plans. So great week to really push on, get stuck in. You should feel that stretch just loosening off a little bit as you sink down into it, and hopefully things just sort of ease off a touch. Okay, and now we're going to go into one of my favourites, a glute stretch. So pushing the foot over the top of the leg and then pulling that knee to the opposite shoulder. This seems to be a really good one at the minute, with us all being seated so much and not walking as much. Getting the hips stretched out and loosened off. Just turn into that stretch a little bit more, pull that knee across the chest. Just take some deep breaths, really feeling the back of that hip all stretching out. And we'll switch to the other side. So we're going to try a new stretch after this one. It's one that is a little bit tricky to get into, but it is a full body stretch. So these first 3 stretches are just kind of getting us used to it. So we'll have a go, see what you guys think. We'll just spend a little bit more time on this one, just rotate yourself around, lift that chest, take a few deep breaths. Just keep pulling that knee across to the shoulder. Okay, last stretch. What we're going to do is we're going to lie ourselves on our back. You're going to sort of roll to the side, and you're going to bring one knee up, which you're going to grab with your hand. You're then going to grab the foot on the opposite side, and just try and lie back into that stretch. So I'm pulling the knee up and I'm pulling my foot up at the back. We're just going to spend a little bit of time there. If you need to, you can just let the stretch off a little bit, and just, or if you want to, just focus on pulling that back leg back and feeling the quad stretch. If you can get your shoulders down, you can pull your knee up and your foot up. You get a really good stretch through both hips. Just be careful not to twist your back too much if that's an uncomfortable position for you. So we'll switch over. So you're going to grab your foot, grab the knee, and just settle back down into that stretch. You can switch the legs round. That's a slightly harder stretch, so we'll just stick with this one today. Take a few deep breaths. Just make sure you're comfortable. Hopefully everything's starting to feel a little bit looser. And relax. Shake everything off. So we're going to go into our movement phase now. So we're going to go into a Cossack squat position, and we're just lightly going to go from each side to each side, but we're going to try and add in a toe touch. So we're going to hinge over and touch down on each side. I'm just feeling those hips loosen off, so a little bit more dynamic this phase now, but we don't want to be doing so much that we're getting too sweaty and out of breath, but we just want to get all the joints moving through a really good range of motion. This is a really good time to feel how the body's moving. You got any difference between the sides? How's everything feeling? So once we've done that, we're then going to go to a reach up into a toe touch. You need to bend your knees, but you're going to grab your toes. You're then going to pull yourself down, come back up again, and reach up and stretch out. So grab the toes, pull yourself down, come back up again, and reach up. Couple more of these. Really nice one for getting the hips loosened up. This, we'll go for one more, and then we're going to lie back down on a mat. Okay, so should be feeling a bit warmer. We're going to go into some seated hip rotations now. So feet about shoulder width apart, dropping the knee inside the other foot, and back up again. Just start to feel everything loosen up. If you want to, you can start to sit and turn your body. You can even get rid of your hands off the floor, but remember, don't push this too much. This is more just about moving, getting everything loosened up. Couple more each side. Okay. Last one of the move section, we're going to lie flat on our backs. You can bring both knees in and grab them. You're going to let one out, come back in, grab that one, send the other one out, back in and grab that one. And we're just going to do that for a few sides. So a little bit of core, but mostly just getting the hips stretched out. You feel that nice stretch on your hip flexor. If you've enjoyed some of these stretches, you can just go back to them and spend a little bit more time in them. pull yourself in, a few deep breaths, and just relax. Spin your ankles around a little bit if you feel like you just need to loosen those off. Okay, and we're going to come into a squat position, and if you can, we're just going to sit down in that squat hold and push the elbows out. If you need to put something under your heels, we're just going to spend a little minute here just chilling out. A few deep breaths, pushing the knees out with the elbows, sitting into that position, breathing deep into our bellies, and just chilling out. You can move from side to side a little bit, stretch those ankles out. And we're going to finish after we've spent a bit of time here in our belly breathing position again. Really important and nice way of ending a recovery session. Something I always think I should do more of. Just helps balance out the stress of the day. Just checking your phone, emails, all that kind of stuff. It's nice just to get it all. So lie yourself down, get comfy. Hands wherever you want. I like to put them on my belly so I can actually feel my belly rise with each breath, and we're just going to spend a few minutes here. So I'm going to go quiet for a bit while I focus on my breathing, so you can too. Just feel yourself melting into the floor. Nice, slow, deep breaths. Remember to feel your belly rising with each breath. Couple more deep breaths and then I'll end it there. But if you want to spend a bit more time in this position, just chilling out, and go for it. Don't let the end of this video stop you. Ugh. And hopefully you're feeling nice and recovered. So nice way to end the day. Have a lovely rest of your Sunday. And we'll get stuck into some great training next week. Thanks for joining me, guys.